Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, good morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gauranga 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 Gauranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So we'll continue on Madhavinda Puri's devotional service. This is chapter 4 in Madhya Lila in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So can somebody tell Daphne what Haribo means?
I did already.
Okay,
but you
good.
show up immediately, yeah.
Okay. So, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. For many days, for many days I've been observing you, and I have been wondering, when will Madhavinda Puri come to serve me? I have accepted your service due to your ecstatic love for me. Thus I shall appear, and by my audience, all fallen souls shall be delivered. So again, ecstatic love is so important. See, by that audience, see, when he appears, not only so at first he appears like, like a baby has role models. A baby sees the father and mother, how they are, and then they kind of see, like they start to, or sort of like imitate it or something, start to identify with it. See, then that's why you got to see it first. You got to see it on some role model. The father and mother is the associate of the Lord. They're like both father and mother to us. See? And then by the audience, see, and it deepens. It goes inside you. Okay? That begins. The Lord begins to reveal. I mean, this is our nature. We're not whole. We're incomplete without the audience. People think it's all about just going to the friggin' temple for darshan all the time. We used to go outside. You think that was what Jesus said? He said, you guys always have to go to the temple to see God. You think it's always meant to be like that? You think it's like that originally? Yeah, that's all external. It's for children, for like people don't, they have to learn like training wheels. Oh, yeah, let's go see God. He's over in the temple over there.
Limiting him.
Yeah. So it's ultimately we need the real audience, the internal audience of the Lord. The Lord has to reveal himself because he's, it's like Bhagavad Gita says, we're all in him, but he's not in us. It's like we're unaware of that. So therefore we're cripple-minded. We're prone to the Maya. The Lord's Maya is looming over us. We're identifying with what we're not. This is like, Yeah. And therefore you wonder why people are poor. People walking down the street like drunks. See, they're all looking for completion through the Maya, and all it does is jerk you around. All it does is make you crippled. All it does is maim you, kill you, murder you. What did Jesus say about Maya, the devil? He says you were a murderer from the beginning. It's nothing. It's nothing. People, what are you fighting this thing for like that? You need to fight it with really the right information, the right understanding that you get from the real devotees. When you're trying to fight, you're trying to fight. Oh, these could be. What are you? This is like people. You talk about being a victim. Wait, you think you've been victimized simply by your choice and not having an option. That's all. You don't have to serve that. You don't have to serve hypocrites and liars and cheaters who are serving the Maya. They're servants of the Maya. You don't have to do that. You can serve the truthful, the ultimate truthful, not those fighting this. You got to fight it. You fight it with the truth. For everybody benefits, even those serving. You could change sides. You're on a losing war. Everybody, George Soros and Bill Gates, you're in a losing war. You've lost. Automatically, you lose by serving the Maya. You think you're in a high position and puts you in the lowest position. You go to the hellish of the hells for serving Maya. Being like like a general in her army. You go to the deeper hell. And you think you're on top. It's such an illusion, man, for everybody. And the demigods are fighting. What are you fighting for? People are choosing to serve that. They don't know any better. How about teaching them? You want to be, if people want to be sovereign, you got to be sovereign in the Lord. Sovereign, in getting his transcendental audience every day. You got to become happy. What a concept. You got to become truly, eternally happy forever. What a great thing to surrender to. True happiness, huh? Isn't that amazing? If people knew, they think surrender is so hard. No, only when you go to the Vites, it's hard. They haven't attained the Lord. They're still trying to attain the Lord after many lifetimes their gurus are telling them. You think that was Jesus's message? No, come listen to me for a little while and you'll be cleansed, and then the Holy Spirit will awaken. You think that's our message too? Yeah, that's our message. Come listen for a while, be cleansed, if that's what you want. But no more. Don't come blaspheming what we're doing. Get the hell out. We don't need you. Go to ISKCON. Go serve the hypocrites. Yeah, you don't appreciate what's going on. Get the hell out, man. You don't appreciate this? Fuck you now. I don't care. You don't like this? This is my life. This is my soul. You want to go out there, get purified. Go blaspheme all you want, man. But go out with the liars and the hypocrites and the ones who are cripple-minded like yourself. Whoever's like that here. No more. That's it, man. We're getting serious. You want to joke around, you got to get serious first. You got to see this is it. Otherwise go out, I'm not dealing with that anymore, man. You don't like what we're doing, too bad. I'd rather just be with 5 people that are friends than with, a Judas in here that doesn't really care about what we're doing and takes it lightly. Hey, man, associates of Lord Chaitanya are here in our group. You don't believe it? Go somewhere else. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam is greatly pleasing to hear in the society of devotees. It talks about Krishna when you are amongst the faithful. That's what it's all about. It's all about faith. Yeah. You want to be happy. Krishna likes to be around his devotees, not those who are non-devotees. You want to become a devotee? Do you hanker for that? Come here. If you don't, go out there, go with the hypocrisy out there. Go serve the non-devotees who are claiming looking like devotees, because that's all they can do is be lookalikes. They can only look like Prabhupada, look like a sannyasi, not be a sannyasi in heart. Okay? They don't get the darshan of the Lord. They don't have the audience of the Lord. We're liberated because we get the audience of the Lord. Anybody else coming here can also get the audience of the Lord. I don't care who you are, if you just develop faith and appreciation for what we're doing. Yeah, you'll get the audience of the Lord and you'll be delivered and saved forever. No more lousy friggin' relationships with people in Maya beating the hell out of you all the time. Yeah, whether it's society, family members, you want to be another birth and you want to be beaten like many of us have been beaten by our parents because they've been beaten by their parents. Everybody's getting beaten because they're serving Maya. Now we serve the transcendental Lord like this. Oh, and everything is cool, man. Cool down. This is the message, man. Do you want to get out? Are you finished? Or you want to go mask up, man? Go put the poison in your body and go out and and go against the anti-vaxxers or something. You know, the stupid people. They think they're smart. This is where you serve Maya. You're an instrument of her murder, just like Jesus said. That's all. That's all she does. Maim, trick, deceive, and lie. Even as a demigod thing, they're still lying, tricking, deceiving you. As soon as they find a person in the Brahman, look at our sannyasis in Kali Yuga, man. As soon as they see a real devotee, they blaspheme and criticize, just like Daksha. No difference. So that's not truth. Truth is this, man. This is truth. Truth is the ultimate truth of life, man. The devotees of the Lord are the only people you should be looking for. Those who have the audience of the Lord and are delivered. Can you tell we have the audience of the Lord here and are delivered? Do you see this is by the book, by what Krishna says, reveals what Krishna says? Who knows this? Is this not even revealed in the purports, what we speak here? Because the Lord gives the purport. He knows what he's doing. And he shows us. That's how good it is, man. He shows us stuff that nobody hasn't shown anybody a long time. The inner secrets. You like inner secrets, anybody? I do. That's why I'm here. I like to know what my Lord is doing. Yeah. Another dream. This guy is on a roll, man. He said, Jesus Christ came to the other places, and they told me that you are almost as Son of God. And I came ecstatic. And they give me 3 mandolins. Oh, not even one, just 1, 3. All right. And I came back and was so happy walking as on the clouds. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, I mean, look, you've got faith, man. The Lord has given you his audience, what you've been looking for. You look Lalita also. That's the witness program, man. This is real as you're gonna get, man. You show me something more real in ISKCON or Gaudiya Smriti or Gaudiya Math or in Christianity or anywhere. Daphne says, since I've met you and listened in the small amount what you all have to share, my hard-hearted parents have softened their hearts. Miracles. See? Even Daphne, there's a testimony right there. Hey, thanks, Daphne. I remember meeting her. I was in my bus, and her and her husband or boyfriend, they were there, and they just in the, I just came out of the water, I think. They're sitting there. They had a nice talk. I came in the bus. They thought, well, I said, come in the bus. And they said, well, I don't know. They said, are you a serial killer? Because you're out here in the woods. Who knows what you're doing? No, just out here camping out. Random, right? Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, out there in, was it Idaho? Yeah. So yeah, isn't this? I have accepted you because of your service. I've accepted you because of your ecstatic love, and by my audience. It's always like that. That's why what do you think happened with Jesus? The same thing. Because of his ecstatic devotion, the world is delivered. It's always like this. The Lord continues to deliver the world wherever there is faith. See, faith to the point of the ecstatic devotion awakening. See, there's the disciplic line. See, we're in the line. We got with Jesus. I got that with Jesus. I got that with Lord Chaitanya. So we represent the best of everything. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than Jesus or Lord Chaitanya. You show me any other path better, where you get a liberation by being an eternal associate of God that nobody knows but you. You're one of the 99.9% that know God, and even less than that, actually, and know him deeply because of these relations we have here. Yeah, I might come out there. Let's see. I accepted your service due to your ecstatic love for me. Thus I shall appear, and by my audience, all fallen souls will be delivered. I love this. This is the association of the Lord. The deliverance is simply the Lord shows you reality is him, and then you're in him, and he's in you. That's called marriage. You become a goddess of fortune. Anybody want to become a goddess of fortune? Literally, you're literally a goddess of fortune. You're literally a king again, queen, king, whatever shape you want to be. Why? Because now you're a servant of the Most High. Literally. Ain't anybody higher than the Lord, man. My name is Gopal. I am the lifter of Govardhan Hill. I was installed by Vajra, and here I am the authority. See, in Vrindavan, he's the authority. Is he your authority? The Vrindavan Krishna, your authority? My authority. He's authorized, man. He's authorized to make me happy. Nobody else. Here, the Lord, Radha and Krishna are the authorities. Okay. That's why, amen.
Otherwise, it's no meaning to be here.
Yeah, it's because there are authority. That's
They
why
are at home.
rules and regulations are authority. That's why hey, you guys are not ISKCON devotees. Yeah, we're under the authority of Radha and Krishna. We've got the result of being in ISKCON. This is the result of being in ISKCON, is being under the authority of Radha and Krishna. We prove it. We prove it, man. Hey, Acharya Dave, you prove that you're under the authority of Vrindavan, that you're qualified to be representing the Vrindavan Dham. Prove it to us. Yeah, none of them can. That's why they got to have a checklist. You guys, come on, man. We got our checklist. Love for Radha and Krishna. Oh, there we go. That's it. 2 things. Love for Radha and Krishna, man. Radha and Krishna dance in your heart. Can we all see that, please? Thank you. Or no, thank you.
You open the door and we feel immediately that they are there. They are
Yeah,
home, and then we are home.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey man, ISKCON doesn't own Krishna. That's a literal fact, my friend. Literally, they don't own Krishna. But you know what? We do. I own Krishna. I ain't ashamed to say that. I don't own anything else. Everything else comes and goes, but Radha and Krishna keep coming back to me. Therefore, I own them. I declare it. They're mine. And of course, it goes both ways. They're thinking, yeah, he's mine too. You got that relationship? Anybody in ISKCON got that relationship? Can they declare it? Are they afraid or ashamed? Afraid of outsiders who won't like them? Take away their position. Ooh, they can't be guru anymore. Or are they one of those, oh, I would never dare compare myself with a liberated soul, but worship me, worship me. Oh, yes, you friggin' hypocrite. Oh, you would never compare, but why are we worshiping you? you tricky dicky. What are you, Richard Nixon or something? Tricky dicky. Oh, tricky dick. Ah, that's my Lord's Maya. He's a tricky, but we know his tricks. Oh, I would never. Oh, look at Gohari. We would never compare ourselves, but worship me. Yes, oh, dear disciple. Yes, I'll deliver you. But of course, we would never compare ourselves with liberty. That's what they do all the way up into the Gaudiya Samhita. I'm just telling you the truth. I ain't lying, man. Go up there. Go look on there at purebhakti.com and look at the teachers who are gurus. Oh, there are no Srilas. That's only for the one Srila there. But they're all gurus. They're all there to say, oh, please, Guru, give me mercy, deliver me. But they would never take the name Srila because they would never compare themselves with their Guru, Narayan Maharaj. But worship us like we all did with him. See? That's the kind of gurus you got out there, all the way up into where you think. And they're like that. Worship us, but but we'll pretend that you're not worshiping us, but we'll pretend you are. Everything is so duplicitous. Why not just be clear? Hey man, either you do the job or not. Can you awaken devotion in others or not?
Can you?
Can you put them through the purification, the baptism by fire or not? Can you initiate their spiritual life? Heat them up, man. Light them up, or not? That's simple, man. That's guru. That's what you need to be looking for. That's the narrow gate. Go find the gate to Vrindavan. That's the devotee. I mean, we have the message, man. We're the message. See? The message is come and listen, get purified. You found the real path amongst all. Can you imagine? You think 1,000 of those gurus? They made at least 1,000 gurus now. You think they're all the gates into Vrindavan? You think even one of them is? You got to find the real door. It's always the devotee who is the real associate of the Lord. And you can see they're associating with the transcendental Lord because transcendental love awakens in their heart. That's the audience. You got to see that role model. That's the spiritual master, man. They're both our father and mother. They're the role model we need. This is where your potential is. There's nothing beyond that of being an associate of the Lord for everybody, all the way from the ant to the demigods, the highest demigods. That is the ultimate revelation, the ultimate truth for everybody, universally, for the demon, to the demigods, to those lizard people or whatever's out there. They're all got a soul. See? And that soul needs to have the audience of the Lord so they can be delivered from this material Maya, illusory energy of this universe forever. Be finished with it. See? And you're in a place like that. We're all in a place like that. We're all here in a place like that of deliverance. Yeah. that were in the ultimate welfare work. Boy, this Sankirtan's getting fantastic here. I don't know if you noticed, man. Look at everybody. We're lighting everybody up here in Playa del Carmen. They're loving it. Is this a simple explanation of what this is? Or maybe somebody could message me. Okay,
I
Tricky
messaged
Dicky.
her already.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Krishna, God, is trying to teach us there's only one thing to own, and that's him. It's the only thing that's real. His transcendental name, his transcendental form. Okay? This is the only thing that is lasting. Everything else is illusion. It's amazing how he does that. To make everything is always comes and goes, everything. And he sort of comes and goes too, but that's part of the pastime. But he'll always come back. Everything else that may not. When you lose your money, it may not come back. When you lose your son or daughter, they don't come back. And that's why you got to take another birth and do it again. Get another person that you think is going to stay with you forever, but doesn't. See, this Lord stays through whatever incarnations you have. Once you get this, once you get the deliverance in the audience of the Lord, you can come back, again, but the Lord will always be there. He'll awaken and show himself because you've developed that in this life. You bound him in this life. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, when the Muslims attacked the priest who was serving me, hid me in this bush in the jungle, then he ran away out of fear of the attack. Since the priest went away, I've been staying in this bush. It is very good that you have come here. Now just remove me with care. After saying this, the boy disappeared. Then Madhavendra woke and began to consider this dream. Madhavendra began to lament. I saw Lord Krishna directly, but I could not recognize him. Thus he fell down on the ground in ecstatic love. Madhavendra cried for some time. Then he fixed his mind on executing the order of Gopal. Thus he became tranquil. After taking his morning bath, Madhavendra entered the village and assembled all the people. Then he spoke as follows. The proprietor of this village, Govardhandari, is lying in the bushes. Let us go there and rescue him from that place. Yeah, and basically that's what we're on, is like a rescue mission. See, the Lord is captive. He's captivated in the hearts of everybody. He's in prison. And it's only the devotees. See, that we got the village here. We got to come in and liberate this Lord. All this jungle. He's in the jungle, man. All this jungle growth over there. This is all the weeds of Maya and illusions and lies and deceptions. And faith and all that stuff. So the Lord, he needs to be liberated. See, because these are all temples of the Lord. Everybody's temple, but he's captive. See, this is the thing people need. How can God be captive? Well, because we're his devotees and we're very small. His Maya is very big. We get overwhelmed. We just got overwhelmed. So you need strong devotees. See, we got to come in with choppers and spades. See, that's why we're here. We're building a farmers market, a farmers group. Did you know that? Well, we got all organic stuff here, man. See, with choppers and spades, we're coming onto the farm. We're doing some farming now. See, we got to go out there and take the weeds out of the soils and all this. Yeah, and wake up people in the world. We got to first show them this, right? Got to show them, hey, man, this is the liberated condition, this ecstatic devotion. Get used to it, man. This is the new normal. Hey, you got what? Maya can come and say, George, this is the new normal. Carl Schwab, this is the new normal. Well, we can come and say, well, hey, man, this is the real new normal, man. Darshan of the Lord every day, man. Get strong and happy and liberated from illusions. This is the new normal. Why should they have that as a new normal? I think this is a higher standard, right? Higher quality new normal. And of course, we don't want the old normal that's just plain old capitalism, the demigod thing. They go make lots of money and they go flout around. Look how rich we are. The Trump thing. Yeah, see, we're rich guys, man. See, worship me. We're rich. No, it ain't good enough. We need a new normal. This. Everybody walking around flaunting the Lord. And hey, man, this is my Lord, my friend. I want to introduce you to my friend. Oh, man. Yeah, come on. He wants to make friends with you. Watch out, man. Because that'll be it, man. You'll never want another friend like him. You'll always want a friend like him. But you won't find anybody like him. He's very unique. So, the bushes are very dense and we will not be able to enter the jungle. Therefore, take choppers and spades to clear the way. It's always been known, Prabhupada, we had to clear jungle growth. Bhakti Sana, clear the jungle growth, the hacking away, you see, the chopping technique. And we're still using the chopping technique. We just chop. Where's the illusion? Let's chop it, man. These are our choppers. And why are we getting faulted? We're in the jungle, man. This is jungle growth. False acharyas, man. Putanas. Whack it away. Make way. Make straight the path of the Lord, man. We got to chop in the jungle here, man. The Trinavartas, the speculations, chop it away. Show the real path, man. Uncover the path of pure devotional service, right? Yeah. Why we get faulted for that? Hey, Prabhu, how dare you point out the illusion? How dare you criticize the illusion? Right, man, we've got to chop this jungle growth, man, in a way. Why are you chopping my faithlessness? Why don't you just let me be faithless? No, I'm sorry, man. It's going under the hatchet. No, we don't want that faithlessness. Let's chop it away, man. After hearing this, all the people accompanied Madhavendra Puri with great pleasure. According to the directions, they cut down bushes, cleared a path, and entered the jungle. When they saw the deity covered with dirt and grass, they were all struck with wonder and pleasure. After they had cleaned the body of the deity, some of them said, the deity is very heavy. No single person can move him. Since the deity is very heavy, some of the stronger men assembled to carry him to the top of the hill. Madhavendra Puri also went there. A big stone was made into a throne, and the deity was installed upon it. Another big stone was placed behind the deity for support. See, and so that's basically what's going on. When you come into Sadhu Sangha, see, we resurrect the deity. What do you think resurrection is? It's just resurrecting the deity, resurrecting Krishna, love of Krishna rising. That's the resurrection. What do you think? The resurrection of a dead body? That's resurrection? What is that? A dead body? It's never been alive before either. No, resurrect the Holy Spirit in people. What do you think the second coming was? Was the Holy Spirit coming to them so that he could live inside people like he was in Jesus? This was all about. And people, if you're still waiting for the second coming, you haven't been delivered yet. You don't know what it means. What do you think Prabhupada meant when somebody says, upon his, the Christians are looking for the second coming, and Prabhupada looked and he says, yeah, he's already come. See? The bottom line is, has he come in you? Hey, how else is the Lord going to come? I'm already, I'm delivered. I know that. He's come. He's risen. He rises every day. I love the resurrection. Every day is a resurrection, man. Oh, man, I can't live without resurrections. You think one resurrection once in a while. No, daily affair, man. Multiple times of resurrections. Resurrect the deity. I want to see him. I want darshan. I want to just see just one more time, Krishna, please. Like just one more little look. Just for a fraction of a second, even. See? What do you think we're reading these books for? What do you think we're chanting for? For the resurrection. We're here for the resurrection, man. All the Brahmin priests in the village gathered together with 9 water pots, and from the water from Govindakund lake was brought there and filtered. See, they cleaned the deity's body with the water. The water is Harikatha. See that water? We're cleaning the deity's body. It's all full of all this crap, you accumulate, by meditating on the Lord's Maya. See, so it's cleansed. Harikatha is a cleansing process, cleansing, hearing, remembering the truth, reminding others the truth, and how good it feels. The Lord starts to rise in your heart. You hear truth, man. You start to feel connected. You start to be purified. You start to feel happy. The resurrection becomes easier every day. You chant the holy name, and he just awakens. Great ecstasy awakens in you. See, now you become an expert resurrectionist. You want to be a resurrectionist, Tom?
Yeah. I chisel my way back. Yeah, I chop it. You said chopping, huh?
Yeah.
Chopping. We are chopping our way back. You see what I received?
Oh, what is that?
A whole box of chisels.
Oh my goodness, that's perfect.
And another box. It was a kind of present. Whoa!
It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to chop. I have to chop my way back. Not eat my way back, chop my way back. Really, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to show.
That's great, man. Chomp your way back, man. Chisel your way out of this prison. Yeah. When the deity was being installed, 900 water pots were brought from Govindakund. See, Govindakund, this is a holy water. See, the water is holy because it's touched by the devotees. Touching the mantras. You're touching these names and these things. See, this gives them potency and power. See, and this is what washes us. All that stuff is all about this. See, there's the external thing and the internal truth. During the festival of the installation, some people sang and danced. All the milk and yogurt, clarified butter in the village were brought to the festival. Various foods and sweetmeats, as well as other kinds of presentations, were brought there. I am unable to describe these. The villagers brought large quantities of tulsi leaves, flowers, and various kinds of garments. And then Madhavendra began the Abhishek bathing ceremony. So, River, you want to continue to read a little bit? No? Don't feel like it? Okay. All right, Lalita? Do you see
Just
where
tell
I'm
me
at?
what verse you are, Guru Maharaj, because you started it somewhere in the middle and I
Yeah,
couldn't.
yeah. Okay, it's verse number 58. Yeah,
Yeah, say.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. All glories, all glories to you. Thank you for letting me read this holy, condensed, beautiful book, full of surprises, full of juice and nectar. All glories to you, all glories to the previous acharyas.
Mm.
All glories to Lord Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhara, Srivas, and all the Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories.
Yeah.
All glories to Radharani, Srimati Radharani. And all glories to Krishna, always home here in this Sangha. Sometimes hidden a little bit, but you always show him to us. His beauty, his truth. Let's read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter, don't remember, verse 58. Various, various foods and sweetmeats, as well as other kinds of presentations, were brought there. I'm unable to describe all these. The villagers, they brought a large quantity of tulsi leaves, flowers, and various kinds of garments. And thus, Madhavendra Puri, he began to abhishek, to do this bathing ceremony. After all, inauspicious things were driven away by the chanting of the mantra. The
Yeah, you
day,
see this internal thing. This is the abhishek we do every day here. This is driving away all the inauspicious things. See the abhishek. You have to cleanse the deity. We go through our days, through all, being associating with so many things in the illusion, and then come here, bathe the deity every day. See, just like everybody takes a bath, but this is you need to take this kind of bath too. This is the best bath. This is, you start taking this bath, and you may forget to take a bath during the day. I forgot to take a bath yesterday. I didn't take a bath. I forgot totally. Didn't feel unclean. Nothing. Yeah, so much ecstatic devotion, just always you bathe the deity on an internal level. I mean, of course, I thought I like taking a bath, usually do, but sometimes just forget. Just completely forgot. I just remembered now. Oh, I forgot to take a bath yesterday. But I took a bath. This is the bathing. People don't know about this bathing. They don't know. This is unknown to them. And they go and they take their external baths, but they're not even clean yet. Not really. Their hearts are dirty. Yeah, I mean, you go, these most people, I mean, I don't do this it's not a critical thing, it's just a truthful thing. Most gurus that you're worshiping as your deliverers have not taken a bath yet. They don't know they don't know about this bath. This is a great mystery to them. This is the bathing of the deity, of the real spirit. See, not just the external See, the external. See, actually what we're really bathed ultimately. First, our miseries are taken away. See, this Bhagavatam is about an internal experience that you need to get by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotee, the pure devotee. All that's troublesome to the heart is uprooted. See, this is the bathing process. Okay? And then you get the audience of the Lord. Then see, ecstatic devotion awakens in your heart as an irrevocable fact. See, now you see reality that's been closed. Your eyes have been closed. Now devotion, the eye of devotion, opens you to the darshan of the Lord, the transcendental Lord, the eternal Lord. That's what's going on here. Most people, these teachers, they haven't taken a bath yet. They don't know what it is. That's our work here, is to help people learn, put them in the water, man. Give them what do you think this baptism is? It's also another external thing, putting them in the water, put them under the water, it's just water still. You have to have this internal awakening. This is the water you need, man. You got to break, when the baby's born, they break through the water, break the water. What do they call it? I forgot what they call it. Something breaking the water. Breakthrough. Yeah. See, you got to have that breakthrough, this Lord. So anyway, that's what this like an abhishek here. You come here every day. You're cleansing the body of the Lord so he can resurrect. Yeah.
That's only the ritual or the symbolic.
Symbolic.
Thing.
It's all about eternal.
The real thing is this.
That's why Jesus said the kingdom of God is within and at hand. It has to be called up. People can't call it up yet. They need help. They need a deliverer. That's a spiritual master, the real one, not the fakes, the replicas, not the imitators, not the children trying to play doctors. No, the real thing, the real empowered devotee. You need the transcendental Hercules. Take down those pillars, come, let that external temple come crashing down, man. People believe in externals too much, man. We got to show they got the power to have that false representation, the shadow come crashing down. Your faith in shadows, man. Come here, you're going to believe in lights. You have dazzling lights. It's not going to be this the festival of lights, if external lights over there. In Diwali, oh, Diwali, happy Diwali. It's like saying Merry Christmas. What does it mean? Happy Diwali, happy, you don't even know what real happiness is. Nobody knows. It's all, all this, fluff, nothing but fluff. Flowery words.
No internal life.
Yes, His holiness is, His holiness. His holy, they say, His holy, His grace. What kind of grace is coming through? What holiness is there? Well, it's just kind of words we just use, We all say these things. It's just a habit. Nobody knows about the internal stuff. Most gurus don't know about showers. See, that's external.
It's external. Yeah, they know about showers.
That's why I say maybe go to ISKCON or something where they're external, externally thinking things. You're not getting it here. I don't know why. I don't know. Are you drinking or something or smoking too much? Or I don't know. It's weird. You've been here for years and you're still thinking like that. Okay? That's why you have controversy here. You think you know what I'm talking about. You have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm sick of it, man. Dry out. Stop taking drugs or whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, man. But you're doing something that's causing this here. You're not thinking. You don't have a brain. That's what I saw yesterday. Is just like your mind ain't working right. You see everything completely external. So dry out or something. And I don't want this controversy. This is a place for the faithful. This is a place where the Lord will reveal to you. Otherwise, this thing, you're looking external. You're misunderstanding everything I'm saying.
After 4 years.
After 4 years, still. So dry out, man. Get serious, man. Come back when you're serious. Otherwise, I'm going to block your ass, man. Come back here because you want God. And no playing friggin' games and mind games with the devotees all the time. I think everybody's a bit sick of it. I am. Come back and be serious. That you're here because God is here. He's here, man. And if you don't believe it, go away. Go somewhere else, man. And then Krishna will show you. You know, one way or other, you're going to get it. But I'm not into this stuff anymore. Gurus don't take showers. What the hell is that, man? After 4 friggin' years, you're still thinking like that. Haven't I explained myself clearly here enough just now?
Absolutely, Guru Maharaj. You just said it again.
Yeah. So, you know, whatever it is, get serious, man, and come here and get clear. Find out why are you, ask yourself, and this goes for everybody. Ask yourself, why are you here? What do you want? What do you stand for in life? What the hell are you in life for, man? What are you living for? I'm living for this, man. I'm living for the darshan of the Lord every day. What are you living for there, Karuna? What do you want? Ask yourself that. Because that's what we're at. So we've defined, this is the mission statement here is to uncover the deity, uncover God in you. So you have this eternal relationship, so you're delivered, and you don't ask stupid questions like that. Well, you're not even asking questions, you're just having controversy here, you know, because you don't see the internal thing. So anyway, get serious. Ask yourself seriously. I mean, I think this is a good thing. You need to, you know, finally, you know, just get your ass to the grass. You know, just be serious. Like, okay, what am I here? Am I alive? What am I doing in this world? What is my purpose? What is the purpose of life? You know, what is the purpose of my life? What do I want out of life? Do I really want God? Do I want what Lalita has and River has and others like that? Because that's what we're doing here, is liberating people from illusions once and for all, forever. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm looking. I'm just checking things. All right. So go ahead there. I forgot where we were.
About this Abhishek.
Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah. So we're just see. This is all the internal things. That's why coming to sadhu sangha is everything. Everything you do in the temple externally, you're doing. You're worshiping the guru, right? Guru puja. You're worshiping the deity. You're cleansing the deity. Everything you do in the temple externally, all that hard work to build the friggin' temples and everything, you just do by turning on your camera here every day and having these discussions and these cleansings and these arisings and seeing Krishna arising in some other devotees if he hasn't arisen in you. See, all this is working towards it to be your experience. You're the one. Everybody is the one. You know, you just go through the process and you become the Neo. You don't go through the process, you're no Neo, man. Just go eat your cookies there. Like Karuna, just go out there and eat your cookies. Go ahead there, Lily.
After all inauspicious things were driven away by the chanting, by the chanting of the mantra, the dating, petting ceremony started.
I'm just here to tell you why Lalita's laughing. That's all. That's my only job.
You want to know?
Yeah.
crying at the feet of the Lord. Just crying at their feet. Oh, you're frozen, Gurvaraj.
Oh yeah. Oh. It should come back, maybe.
Yeah. And first the deity was massaged with a large quantity of oil. So that his body became very glossy. I told you that I have seen an Abhishek and then I saw the deity melting. I saw him melting. I really saw him melting. And I asked you, you said it's the melting of your heart. Do you remember? Now he's gone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His body became very glossy. And after the first painting, further paintings were conducted with Panchagavya, and then with Pancharamrita, and then the Mahasnana was performed with, with ghee and water, which had been brought in one in 100 pots. And all those holy tears are flowing everywhere, you know. And purifying everybody around. After the Maha Snana was finished, the deity was again massaged with scented oil, and his body made glossy. And then the last bathing ceremony was performed with scented water kept kept within a concha. After the body of the deity was cleansed, he was dressed very nicely, with new garments, and then
Yeah, you see, this is all external, but about the internal process. This is why Jesus said, "You're clean by the word I spoke." You see this cleansing, sadhu sangha, hearing and chanting together, cleansing. See, then you're dressed with new clothes. See, the clothing is not material. The clothing is spiritual clothing. You're dressed with ornaments, ecstatic symptoms. And then you have your new clothes. See, otherwise you got the old set of clothes on still. Those are all external clothes. That's like the fig leaf that, that's when God says, "What do you got this fig leaf there, Adam? You don't need a fig leaf." See, but he went down into the world, and took on all these coverings of shame and yeah. This is why here, the devotees are showing their new clothes. That's all we're doing. I like to go on new outfits, man, every day. What is this? People say, "Why are you showing? You're not supposed to show your clothes. You're no show." Oh, no, I'm here to show a new set of clothes every day, man. Yeah, that's what it's about. What do you think it's about? All this external dressing, and oh, look at my dhoti and all that stuff. No, I want to see some internal clothes. I want to see some ecstatic ornaments. So I want to see some beautiful things coming from your mouth and some nice things on the earrings. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. was dressed very rich, nicely, with new garments. And then sandalwood bulb, tulsi garlands, and other fragrant flower garlands were placed upon the body of the deity. And after the bathing ceremony was finished, incense and lamps were burned, and all kinds of food offered before the deity. Those foods included yogurt, milk, and as many sweetmeats as were received. As many sweetmeats as were received. The deity was first offered many varieties of food.
I like that word sweetmeats. It's like when Jesus said, I have bread that you know not of. I am the bread of life. You see, and it's sweet meats. See, the meats are the words, the kata, the talks, the pastimes of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. These are sweet meats to the Lord, man,
Transcendental body meats.
Yeah, transcendental body meats. It's, yeah, give substance. This is what the Lord lives on. This is why he came here to teach us how to eat. Nobody knows how to eat. They think eating with a knife and fork, and nice etiquette. They ever see these people? They go to school to learn how to eat nicely, right? It's all external stuff, man. Or even in Krishna conscious, you go there, they teach you how to eat with your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all external still.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice eating with your hands, but
For the one who does it, not for the one who have to look at it. You know me. The deity was first offered many varieties of food, then scented drinking water in new pots, and then water for washing them out.
Yeah, these sweet meats, is not about, whether you eat dead animals or live animals or vegetables. Man, murderers they've been, Hitler was a vegetarian. People that pedophiles in ISKCON were vegetarians.
Vegetarians,
Yeah,
so many
murderers.
Buddhists.
Yeah, in the Gaudiya Math, after the disappearance of Bhakti Siddhanta, they had murders and all. These are all vegetarians. This is beyond all of that. The Lord can give you the ability to eat these sweet meats, whatever you're eating or not eating. He's looking at your heart, man. Is your heart purified? And that's the main thing. These other things are just habits. If you're at Sudra and you're born in the Christianity or something, they eat meat, but they could get the mercy of Christ.
Of
This
course.
is not, yeah, this is beyond what you eat. The Lord might not give his mercy to those who are vegetarians because of their attitude. I've seen a lot of vegetarians. They have this really mundane attitude. They think it's spiritual is material. Oh, they become proud of it. Oh, he's not a vegetarian. Even Vaishnavas, they come into this vegan bullshit thing. Oh, he's not a vegan he's a vegetarian only. He's not vegan. See, pride. It's all friggin' pride. You think that attitude is appreciated by God? It's a big hindrance. That's why we get rid of it here. We got to pour water on that, man. Give me a pot of water, man. Let's cleanse that one. Hey, man, the Lord, when deliverance is here, he's just looking, are you taking shelter of my devotees? Are you listening to them? Are you learning from them? That's what he's looking for. Not like what you eat, don't what you can be a meat eater, beef eater, and you come here simply because you come here, you're going to get ecstatic love. The Lord says, no, this is the deeper thing. There's so many vegetarians out here who won't come here and they don't get what you guys get, regardless of what you eat or don't eat. It's not about this. Eat this. It's all external stuff for babies, for children. It's no guarantee you're going back to Godhead because you're a vegetarian.
No,
Baloney.
it's education.
Yeah. No, okay, mode of goodness that hopefully
Mode of
puts you in a better position in the mode of goodness, but not, it's no guarantee. People in the mode of ignorance can go into the kingdom before you. Didn't Jesus say that? Why did Jesus say even the whores will go into the kingdom before you Pharisees, you fasters out there, you rule followers? Simply because they listened to him. They accepted his association. It's the same thing here, man. Yeah, whoever comes here, whatever you're eating, you're going into the kingdom before these big sannyasis do. Simply because you accept where God is working here. See?
Yeah.
The Lord, his transcendental potency is here, man. And you're recognizing it, and they're not. See? And the whole game, transcendental game to win, is recognizing where the transcendental potency is. It's here, man. They don't recognize it. Hey, man, you're going in later. Next life, another life, who knows when, but you're going in now. You develop faith in this. Then you're learning the internal principles taught by Lord Chaitanya. He taught these. Now, you think I'm just speculating? People just don't know this postgraduate thing. He gave ecstatic devotion to a tailor who was a beef eater, Muslim, beef eater. He gave ecstatic love simply because he served Srivas from a pure heart.
Look at the murderer on the cross next to Jesus.
Yeah, same thing.
Same
Yeah.
evening he was in paradise.
Yeah. Simply because he believed in Jesus, and the other one didn't get it because he didn't have the faith. You know, that's why it's a faith thing here. Anybody develops faith that God is working here, Krishna is working here, Radha's here, Lord Chaitanya is here, man, you've cracked it, man. That's all it's about. Even Prabhupada praised the attitude of faith in the truth. Everybody, because it's all about faith. Vrindavan is a kingdom of faith, man. The devotees is the kingdom of faith. They're a kingdom. They have a kingdom. When you had to believe in Jesus to get into the kingdom, right? He said, "My kingdom is not of this world." You want to be part of that? You have to have faith in the head of the kingdom in this world. The head is always the spiritual master, the real associate of the Lord. If you don't accept them as head of the kingdom, you're not in, man. You don't get in. You go accept your Jai Patakas as head of the kingdom of Vrindavan. Go ahead, see where that gets you. Go Acharya Dev as the head of the kingdom of Vrindavan. Let's see you get in. You won't, but people get in here. You could see they get in here. You see with your own eyes. That's why I have to point it out. I got to keep poking people's eyes open. Keep sticking needles in it. Take the scales off their eyes. Right before it's self-evident that people are into the kingdom of God here, into Vrindavan here. Well, you don't really get these realizations and this ecstasy. Come on, man. Wake up. Go ahead there, Lalita.
Yeah. After the last offering of Tambula and Pen, Boga Aratrika was performed. Finally, everyone offered various prayers and then obeisances. Falling flat. Falling flat before the deity in full surrender. As soon as the people of the village had understood that the deity was going to be installed, they had brought their entire stocks of rice, dal, and wheat flour. They brought such large quantities that the entire surface of the top of the hill was filled. When the villagers brought their stock of rice, dal, and flour, the potters of the village brought all kinds of cooking pots. And in the morning, the cooking began.
Yeah, I mean, this is installing the deity, man. These are the offerings, all these sweetmeats, all these katas, all these, talking about the devotees of the Lord, and all this stuff is the offerings, cleansing the body of the deity, right? So that the deity can be installed. He's actually in there. He just needs to be resurrected. That's all.
Yeah. Waking up, being woken up.
Yeah. It's kind of brought up. I remember this guru, this Sahaja guru. This guy was a trip, man. This guy, talk about. I saw classic people that were, real Sahajas, man. This guy would go. He was. He had, and he had millions of followers. This guy. He was a real rascal, man. Millions believed in him. It was like Pundraka. He believed he was Krishna. He actually put himself up in the altar. There was Radha and there was him. Same size deity. Big Radha and a big him. Right there, right next to Radha, because he was Krishna. And I checked him out. I went to this thing, and they wanted to charge. He says, "Oh, you want to meet the Guru Dev here? You want to have a cup of coffee with him?" I said, "Sure, I'll have a cup of coffee. I like coffee." And they said, but they want to charge me $300 for the coffee. It's $300 to have coffee with the Guru Dev. Oh, it's an expensive cup of coffee. That's all right, I'll pass. Then I went to Guru Puja in the morning. And see, it's all externals. He was the deity, right? And they resurrected him every morning, but it was mechanical. He had a chair he would sit on, and he'd push a button, and they were going samsara dava nala lida, and his chair kept rising in the air. They resurrected the deity, and it went up to the top in the crescendo. And then it started to come down slowly. And then it would go up. He liked it going up, man. All this. Talk about trips, man. I mean, God, the Lord showed me how ridiculous he gets in this Maya, and people believe it. People believe in these things. That's why you have to have real, authentic sadhu sangha, and you got to hear the truth, no matter it may be hard. They see all this bullshit you've been believing in. But that's how you get rid of it. This is how we cleanse the body of the deity. Your faith in what is actually bitter. You're not eating sweetmeats when you're faithfully worshiping the illusion. All the way up into religion, your religious leaders and you're worshiping them. You're not cleansing the deity's body. You're being polluted by it. It's a false path. You got to go where the real Abhishek is. We'll shake you. Come here. We'll shake you up. Yeah. Go ahead there, Lalita.
The vegetable preparations were made from various kinds of spinach, roots, and fruits collected from the forest. And someone had made bada and badi by mashing dal. In this way, the Brahmanas prepared all kinds of food. Oh, I forgot one verse. The Brahmanas cooked the food grains, and 5 Brahmanas cooked both dry and liquid vegetables. 5 to 7 men had prepared a huge quantity of chapatis, which were sufficiently covered with ghee, as were all the vegetables, rice and dal. Everything is very, very juicy. All the cooked rice was stacked on palasa leaves, which were on new cloth spread over the ground. Around the stack of cooked rice were stacks of chapatis, and all the vegetables and liquid vegetable preparations were placed in different pots and put around them pots of yogurt, milk, buttermilk, and shikarini, sweet rice, cream. and solid cream were placed alongside the vegetables. In this way, the Anakutta ceremony was performed. Madhavendra Puri Madhavendra Puri Goswami, he personally offered everything to Gopala. Many water pots were filled with scented water for drinking. And Lord Sri Gopala, who had been hungry for many days,
Yeah, so Shamaguri says Jesus Christ repeating time, place, and circumstance, but Krishna we can only offer vegetarian food. See, you're just worshiping the Krishna in the mode of goodness. That's all you're doing. This is the food for Krishna, not that food. That's Krishna in the mode of goodness. This is transcendental food. These are called devotional mellows. This is the food the Lord wants, really. Beyond that's why that's okay. You offer him vegetarian, whatever you want to do, but don't think you're offering the real Krishna food. No, the real Krishna is transcendental to all the modes of nature, to all material things. See, and his food is transcendental mellows. These are all sweet meats to him. The kathas and talking about the truths and his devotees and this devotee and that devotee. That's the food. That's his food. You got to get off of that thing. I mean, you don't have to, but this is the truth. That's why you could be whatever you are, but if you come and you listen to this kind of way of offering food, the Lord will awaken this ability in you to offer him these kinds of foods, these transcendental mellows, these tastes. And that's why he came here, was to awaken. That's why we're here, to awaken that ability, to get you beyond this. Otherwise, it's a mental problem. You got a mental problem there. Well, Krishna, he only accepts this. No, that's not the real Krishna yet. Krishna is not material. Is not a material. You offer him that. Okay, that's good. That's the beginning. That's for neophytes. He wants this kind of food.
Material body, he has a transcendental.
Has a transcendental body. He needs transcendental food.
He needs
go on,
food.
Go on offering Krishna this and that and all that. Fine, but this is the food he's looking for. This is our what do you call work here, is to help people understand this and awaken this. And so that whether you're a vegetarian or not a vegetarian, you offer him this food and he'll be perfectly satisfied with you. More so than whether a person's offering whatever they offer in this world because of their habits of being a Sudra or a householder or a Brahmin. Not everybody's a Brahmin. That's why, people think, well, you can't worship Krishna unless you're a vegetarian. A lot of people go away. No, I'm sorry. Our Krishna, you can worship. Well, I don't care what you are. I don't ask you what you eat. I don't care what you're eating. I don't care at all. I care that, are you eating this food? Are you listening? What do you think Jesus taught? He said, and they did the same thing. Shamaguri, what's his name? Peter, as you're doing. Same. You want to stay in Peter's position, or do you want to move on? Peter said, how dare you go eat it? Well, how are you going to eat in a sinner's house? Don't you see they're eating meats and they're eating this, they're eating that, and they're having wine, they're having orgies. And what did Jesus say? Oh, I'll go wherever a person will listen to me. Otherwise, I'm not going there. Krishna's not going. His Lord ain't going there.
The Lord asks other things,
Yeah. The devotee is so powerful because of bhakti. They eat this or don't eat this. It's immaterial. It's not an issue. The Lord doesn't leave their hearts, but he's not even awakened in the hearts of most vegetarians. So where would you have your choice? To go to a vegetarian who nicely offers vegetarian food so nicely to Krishna, because Krishna only eats vegetarian food. Or you want to go to the devotee who maybe they're a meat eater, but they have the Lord in the heart awakened. Who's better? Who's better to go to? See? These are the verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'm not just speculating. This is all in there. Lord Chaitanya said, those who have this pure devotional love of God in their hearts awakened are saved from the consequences of a lower birth. So a lower birth, you have lower habits of people in lower births. I mean, our scriptures are always teaching this, but most Vaishnavas are still babies, still neophytes. They still think externally. How long do you want to be an external devotees out there, people? Look at Lord Jagannath. He came and he was served by this coarse, gross person who was in a mode of ignorance, man. Low class person, simply because he loved him. Wasn't about his bad habits as being a lower class person at all. And even the king couldn't believe it. How could Lord Jagannath go? He's not a vegetarian. He's not perfect. He's not a Brahmin. Why is the Lord choosing to live with him? Let's go take the deity away from him. These are all the stories. What the heck are they trying to tell you? Who wrote the Ramayana, man? Valmiki, a friggin' murderer.
We don't need to be perfect.
Wrote the Ramayana. He's a murderer. At that point. And I'm sure he was eating lots of beef. You people out there, so stupid. How long are we going to put up with this stupidity?
We need to believe in the mercy of the Lord. That's it. It's all about that.
You got to go beyond this external stuff. I know it might be tough, Shamaguri. I know you've been trained really well. And here I'm breaking all the rules.
It's all about
Dear
this.
Gurudev, I am a vegetarian since 42 years and I would never meet again. Yeah, that's fine. No
You
problem.
neither? I also don't eat meat.
Problem. Yeah, she doesn't, but no problem. Just don't judge anybody here. That's the moral of the story. Don't judge anybody here if they do eat meat. Because that'll be your downfall. That'll be your big obstacle. Because people might have come here and they have extremely high devotion and they're not vegetarians. See, don't fall into the trap that so many people. This is where the rule, the Vaidhi gets in the way. Just live on the pure mercy of God, and without externals. Nityananda, you got to understand the mind of the advanced devotees. Nityananda, he would be walking down the street, and it says, this verse says, he wasn't looking, are you pure or are you impure? Are you a vegetarian or not? Whoever would just fall down before his preaching and his what he was and who he was, who would just fall down and give respect, they would get ecstatic devotion. That's what's going on here. I don't look, are you eating this and not eating that? Are you this way or that way? Whoever falls down in faith to this preaching here, because it's very true and very real. And I'm not advocating being meat eater or not meat eater. I'm not even on that platform. I can't even think that way now. I just want to. I'm in the kingdom. I live in Vrindavan. I live in the Garden of Eden. They don't think like that anymore. Is this fig leaf? Are you wearing a fig leaf or not? That's basically it. Do you wearing your fig leaf, man? No, that's not. That's why God says, what do you think? Why are you ashamed? Why are you thinking like that materially? Are you dressed right with a fig leaf? See, back then it was a fig leaf, was the nice dress. Yeah. What happened to our closeness? Where is that? That's what the Lord's looking for here. We're here to teach closeness with God. Take whatever's in the way, get rid of it, man. Come here to save the world. See, by awakening people's closeness with God's. So, yeah, I don't care. Be a vegetarian, be, whatever you want to be, I don't care. I don't even want to think about it. Do what you got to do. Maybe you need to live some things out. I certainly do. I ain't ashamed of it. I want to get free of these things, live it out, whatever I need to live out, and then get out of here. Have my fill and get the hell out. Why delay it? Daphne says, I like Tom's hug. Yeah, you got to learn to hug yourself here. That's what Tom's thing. He teaches you how to hug yourself. Go ahead, Lolita.
Yeah. Although Sri Gopala ate everything offered, still by the touch of his transcendental hand, everything remained as before.
When Lord Chaitanya was eating, in the 21 hours of Exodus, everybody's coming, giving them, and of course, in the thing is giving them vegetarian, because most of them were, Brahmins and they're all were like that there in that thing. But Nityananda was different. Nityananda was the other side. And Nityananda, person go fish eaters. A lot of people eat fish in India. Even back then, they were fish eaters and muttons and all chickens and all that stuff. In ISKCON, they forget all about it. They don't even think about this stuff. But they were all, even when you can go now to Navadweep, fish markets there, big, you go walk the thing.
I've seen that.
Ooh, smelly, man.
Smelly.
Awful, man. I can't stand it myself. Yeah, and they're devotees of Lord Chaitanya, a lot of them, It's just, it's Navadweep. So there's that side. And Nityananda, he would go and eat anywhere. If they'd invite him, he said, oh, okay, good. He'd go and eat. He wouldn't be thinking, is this pure and impure? He's a devotee, he has ecstatic devotion, and he was unrestricted. He wasn't under the varnashram system. See, because actually no devotee, if you're a real devotee, you're not under any rules or regulations of the varnash or religions. That's all just religion. You've abandoned that. Now you're just loving God. Now you understand the highest purification. And whatever you do ultimately will be purified because God cleanses you. And not that you go and make a habit, you just naturally become a good person. You naturally compassionate, naturally powerful, naturally just by your association, people get purified. By your word, you uplift people. See, it's not about externals. Well, let me, train you how to be a Brahmin or something. No, just by seeing devotees, you are uplifted. As much as you hear their vibration, you're just... Yeah. What do you think the devotees are doing? Why do you think they chant in ecstasy? Because they're uplifted by their own voice. Because that's how it is. The Lord accepts their voice, and therefore now they have the power. They have more power than a Brahmin. Power, Brahmins way back when, they used to have power to do amazing things. But a devotee of the Lord has more power than a million Brahmins like that. They have the power to resurrect God in the unconceivable one, the unknowable one. That's who you see here every day in many of the devotees here. You're seeing that Lord resurrected right before your eyes. That is inconceivable, unknowable, unattainable except here in this kind of association, very rare association. All of a sudden, he becomes resurrected in your body and gives you a darshan, and you're a free bird, man. Eternally liberated soul. My God, you couldn't pay $1 billion for what people are getting here. This is where the who's who of anybody, where you think these elites, they have their big parties and all that stuff, or Trumps, and they think, oh, are you part of that who's who and rich and all that? But this is where the real who's who goes. Anybody of any real importance will come here. That's why we get fewer people. Okay? Only those who know what importance is will start coming here. And isn't it nice how the Lord he's just looking at your heart, man. Doesn't look at Daphne, just coming out of, Idaho somewhere. And just met her out. She's coming here. Look at Amy's. There's just people coming here. The Lord ain't restricting. They're looking for truth. They want to feel the Lord. They want this relation. They know it. And the Lord knows. He knows whose heart is pure. Even though, people, they think what is pure heart is some external, oh, he's a vegetarian, he's got a pure heart. Baloney, man. Not necessary. Usually not. Okay? The Lord, he knows whose heart's right. The Lord is like that. People don't know. Our Lord here is very interesting. A very different set of standards than the world has. He looked at these drunks. His pastimes are fantastic, man. He looks at these drunks in the bar, and they say, "Oh, Nimai." See, they had faith in him. They liked him. Oh, Nimai Pandit. He's such a great dancer. They start dancing around like this. And the Lord liberated them just because of that. He wanted to go in the bar and give him a warm hug. He was only held back by Srivas, who said, "Oh, the Brahmins won't understand your pastimes. You know how critical they are. Their minds are so filthy and dirty. They're looking at every fault and every fault finders they are." So the Lord, just him looking in that direction, they got mercy. There you go. Thank you there, Shamaguri. I just checking you out, making sure that you're on the right track. Be a vegetarian. Wonderful. Offer the Lord, food. And it becomes transcendental too, because you're offering it to Krishna, He accepts you're a devotee, I'm just, you got to understand, I'm kind of avadut guy, I kind of like Nityananda ways. And it's important, it's important to have this side of it. You've had enough of the Brahmin side. Haven't you had enough sannyasis teaching you in your life? And not teaching you the essence, really, still. They're teaching you stuff in the mode of goodness, how to be a sannyasi even though you can't do it. How to be a Brahmin, and it's really hard and you probably can't do it right, Take you 42 years to try to perfect it, and then, that's... Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, most important is it's not a guarantee that you will be in the kingdom of God.
No.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
How Gopala ate everything while the food remained the same was transcendentally perceived by Madhavendra Puri Goswami. Nothing remains a secret to the devotees of the Lord. What does it really mean?
Yeah. See, like the same thing. Now, when you look on the transcendental level, how this shows up is this food is the same. Like here, we're reading these verses and relishing them. It's the same food, but it's being accepted. See, it's accepted. The devotees feel the happiness of God. See, oh, he's accepting my food. You can feel it. You feel the transcendental nature. See, the communion in this. But then it's still remaining the same. See, and then you can take that food out again, never get stale, and offer it again. See, the food remains the same. So it's like it's eaten but not eaten. You can offer it again, like we can offer this story. You know how many times we've read this story? I've read this story so many times. I love this story. It's over and over again. And look at the new insights over and over, just deeper insights. See, these are offerings, and it's still the same food. We'll pull that off the shelf later, never gets stale. I love that. That's why I like that. That's why I committed to this path. It's the best path. It's the best truth, man. It's the best of the best. It's the real of the real. Everything else is a fake out.
Most trustworthy relationship because of giving and receiving. So trustworthy.
Yeah.
The wonderful festival and installation of Sri Gopalaji was arranged in one day. Certainly, All this was accomplished by the potency of Gopala. No one but a devotee can understand this. Madhavendra Puri offered water to Gopala for washing his mouth, and he gave him betel nuts to chew. And then, while Arati was performed, all the people chanted, Jaya, Jaya, all glories to Gopala, arranging for the Lord's rest. Sri Madhavendra Puri, he brought a new pot, and over this he spread a new bedspread, and thus he made the bed ready. A temporary temple was constructed by covering the bed all around with a straw mattress, and thus there was a bed and a straw mattress to cover it. After the, after the Lord was laid down to rest on the bed.
Yeah, you see, this is what we this is sadhu sangha, man. You know, this is basically we're offering. This is offering food, washing the deity. We're doing, you know, this is the activities of devotees, and it's very relishable. Getting the betel nut, which is intoxicant, by the way, you know, it's a symbolic of the
Yeah.
intoxication of feeding the Lord. It's part of the trip, you know. And so doing all this, and then the deity is laid to rest. See, then the rest, you know, after sadhu sangha, you kind of rest a little bit. See, and then you come back again. You know, they feed the deity, wash the deity. It
They
becomes a lifestyle. What else do devotees do? I mean, what else is there? And you do this, and you don't need a lot of paraphernalia to do it here. You just turn the camera on, and we get going, man. You say we can come on here personally, you know, and then we wash the deity, we feed it food, intoxicate it a little bit, you know, relish mellows, and then lay the deity to rest. You know, I even do this when I get my fill, I go and lay down a little bit, you know. Put the deity to rest. And then back up
exhausted
again.
and fulfilled.
More food. We were kind of like the Romans, you know. They didn't want to stop eating, you know. They would just keep eating, you know, until they. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Now feed every. Oh, wait. After the Lord was laid down to rest on the bed, on the Vidrapuri, he gathered all the brahmanas who were prepared to prasadam, and he said to them, now feed everyone sumptuously, sumptuously, from the children on up to the aged. All the people gathered there. They sat down to honor the prasadam, and by they took food. All the brahmanas.
See, we also do the same kind of thing too, because we have our replays. You know, okay, feed everybody. So we might get maybe, you know, another 100 people sit there and take the prasadam from these conversations and this chanting.
Yeah.
You know, or books. These are all prasadam. You know, maybe transcribe some of these books. Govind is making books and stuff. See, this is distribution of the prasad.
The ecstatic word. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this way. It's a lot more simple. You know, easier. You know, and it works on an internal basis. You know, it's more
More
strong,
effective. Yeah.
more effective.
Good.
If you want, if you're sure about it, having no faith, I wouldn't come and listen to you. Yeah. You just got to understand, Shamaguri. It's kind of like Krishna did with Arjuna. He shoots an arrow at Arjuna, and then it hits the whole world. See, an arrow, a word, or something. Don't think that I'm just talking to you. You know, it's just this goes out to it's applicable to a lot of people. You think you're the only one, you know, I may even treat you unfairly a little bit, you know, just to make some points.
using.
It might not be really applicable fully to you or not, you know. But it's a little hard to understand what goes on here, because it's, you know, people, you know, they ever heard the thing, the walls have ears? The walls have ears. Other people listen too. You know, a lot of people might need to hear this, you know, because it could be a big block for them. You know, they're thinking like that. You know, a lot of Vaishnavas think like, they criticize Christians who may have a very close relationship with Christ just simply because of what they eat.
Because
That's a
of what
big
they eat.
absolute. Yeah, that'll
Absolutely.
block them from having awakening of devotion. And you're blocked here. If you look at people, anybody, you look at them by how they dress or how they eat or what they do externally, and you don't look at their hearts and how they've been accepted by the Lord. See, why shouldn't we accept what the Lord has accepted? See, that's the bottom line. You know, so yeah. Go ahead there. Hey, Tom, why don't you read some Chaitanya Bhagavat? Thank you there, Lily. That was great. Let's give Tom a little, let's get him in the batter box here. Or the butter box. Get him in the butter box.
Transcendental butter, the ghee. Yes. What does it stand for, this ghee? You know?
Ghee? Well, clarified butter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that's kata in a pure state, or love in the purest state. You know, without like spontaneous devotion is like ghee, no impurities in it, no motives, nothing. You know, no speculations, just pure ghee.
It's like nectar. Yes.
Say it again. What should we? Yeah, we should accept what the Lord has accepted. That's really the essence. But a lot of people don't know what the Lord accepts. See, they can't tell the difference. They can't tell. See, when a devotion, ecstatic love awakens in your heart, that means the Lord has accepted you. That's the meaning when Lord Chaitanya said, even chanting one holy name, one is worshipable. Because if you chant one holy name and the Lord has arisen, that means the Lord is manifesting in your heart. And that's just going to grow. If it in the right conditions, it'll grow. In the wrong conditions, it won't. You can't do this in the monks' Vaidhi Bhaktas. They will stifle you. They will stunt your growth because they don't want to see Krishna. They don't know Krishna. They're afraid of Krishna. They're afraid of this. They think this is wrong. Everything is still there. There's still Maya in the mode of goodness, and a lot of them aren't there. They're striving for the mode of goodness still. See, so everything is a bit twisted. So Krishna wants to arise, but he can't rise there because everybody will start pushing him down. You know, that's why you need strong association. People are like, when you're born again, it's like a baby. You know, he has to grow. You know, the Lord has to grow in there and overcome all these obstacles and speculations and jungle growth, and you know, and simply by more and more cultivation of this bhakti, he gets very strong. Then you become spiritual teacher, then spiritual master. You know, so the Lord's so strong, he's taken over. You know, and he'll start taking over other people's lives too, which is for the good. It's great. You know, that's what we want. Take over our lives, Lord.
You'd like me to read from where?
Read from, let me look here. Majjhikanda chapter 17.
I opened it right in that spot.
Really? Oh, must be meant, man. It's a sign.
After you said it. But you want me to read from the start?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Thank you, Shri Gauridas.
Yeah. So anyway, why are you getting traumatized? What's the traumatized? I haven't done anything to you. I haven't said anything to you. So is somebody else traumatizing you? I mean, what? I'm just accepting. You come here, you can chant. Where's your traumatize? So let us know if you don't mind. How are you being traumatized? So anyway, go ahead and read, and we'll see what her answer is. Why should anybody be I mean, where's the trauma? Let her speak. You want to say something? Go ahead. How are you being traumatized?
By being used by you, by being like you say, you use us and say things to us just to move us forward. By constantly, I feel that I get so traumatized that I just lose everything and I go back to the beginning.
All right.
I feel
So what have I said? What have I said to you? I haven't even mentioned your name.
You haven't today because I haven't said anything.
What did I say yesterday? I didn't even yesterday. That was all in your mind. I saw how you acted. I had nothing to say. Didn't say anything to you. You were just all interpreting. You got into your story. So that wasn't me. You just got into this story. You became jealous and thinking I have new friends now. That's all in your mind. That's nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with what I said. That was your own thing coming out.
Well, then, you can, and, it's not accepted that I go through trauma. I lost a circuit of blood yesterday again. And that doesn't, it's like nobody thinks that affects me. I just have to get over it just like that. People have their blood in their body to give them certain nutrients. Well, I don't have that all the time.
Did anybody, that wasn't an issue with that. I didn't know about that, or it wasn't even. I wasn't even in my mind.
As far as in my understanding, you don't really want to know about my health, and I really don't. And it's a big part of my life, the way my health is.
So is it my not knowing is causing you trauma? My not knowing this?
I just feel like I walk on this path and I'm walking along, and it feels like somebody takes the path from under my feet. And yes, and I work. You know what? I do actually work really, really hard by watching, and I watch everybody, and I make comments, and I do all the things that I like to do. And most people don't actually say anything about what I do, and that's okay. But when I go through purification or something big happens, with what happened yesterday with the machine, nobody actually wants to know because it's my karma. And I deserve it because it's my karma, and I should go through it, and I should accept it. Well, what? Sometimes I can't accept it. Most of my life, I accept it every single day, 24 hours a day. But sometimes I can't accept it. Just sometimes.
Yeah. But you're putting that out. You're projecting all that on. Nobody's thinking like that.
No, but Maharaj, I have tried to speak to you about Karuna, and you don't want to talk to me about him.
What are you talking about? Tried to speak to me about Karuna.
I have, Maharaj. Lots of times, and you say, you always say to me things like, oh, I'm tired now and I've got to go as soon as I mention his name. When I want to speak to you privately, because I know Karuna quite well, and I know that he has a really beautiful side as well. This side that he's going through right now, that I pick up on as well, is very, very, actually a bit traumatic for me as well. And nobody, not even Krishna, is telling me what is going off with him and what I should do about it. I'm in limbo, and I don't get any support from anybody else if Lalita helps me. Lalita helps me with Karuna.
Okay.
And is he mad?
Support.
Is he mad? Does he need sectioning? Does he know what he's doing? I think he does know what he's doing, because he says certain things to me, and I get done for blamed for his stuff from the other devotees. I get and they judge me over Karuna's stuff as well, right? And okay, that's fine, right? But it causes me to be traumatized when people are saying things about me, saying that I say things to hurt them when I'm not saying anything. I'm traumatized by that stuff. And I'd rather go and hide my head in the sand to have to face that every single day when I have all of these other things to face. And everybody's thinking, well, I've got this to face, and I've got this to do, and I've got this to do, and I've got this to do. Yeah, we all have things to do, you know, and shoot me down dead because I have to speak about my things to get them out. You know, but people don't want to hear it because they want to hide their own stuff under the sand. They don't want their stuff to be brought up because it's fucking painful. You know, and it traumatizes me. I feel traumatized. You know, and I can't even rely on Karuna to help me with it because he can't even take this stuff himself. Lolita's the only one that listens to me. She's the only one that has a dear heart, pure heart for me.
Oh, at least you found somebody. You know, it's great to have somebody.
Yeah, well, it's not got rid of my trauma.
Well, I'm sure it'll go gradually, these things.
Do you know what in this time, you know, Lolita saying you have ecstasy? I don't know what I have actually. I don't know. I don't know what Krishna's doing. I don't know what he's given me. I don't know because the trauma that I go through, the stuff that I go through that is really intense, like you're on a bloody roller coaster. It's not worth what I get. The amount of trauma, days of trauma. And I'm going to say that because it's not. And I've done things that you wanted me to do, and devotees have hated me for it. They still hate me for it. And it's not nice. And then just because I'm saying it, I'm classed as the bad person. Well, you know what? That's what makes you want to go and hide and run away. I understand why people...
Yeah.
They be themselves, you know, and then you can't take it anymore because people don't like you and you need to leave. You need to go so you can get some sanity because you can pick things up off people, what they say to you. And it's a real roller coaster, and I don't feel protected right now. I don't feel sheltered right now. I feel numb. That I've been just shook around, and you know, I can be shook around over and over and over again, but it doesn't get any less. It doesn't get any less. In fact, it gets worse if it gets anything.
Wow.
I don't want to spend the rest of my days, and I don't think I have that many left with the things that go off with me. I don't want to spend it like this. I don't want to spend it in trauma. You know, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's a waste of life. It's a waste. Just, you know, Lolita was saying to me, you've been doing this for 40 years. I've only been doing it for 4 years. Well, so be it. It's not. I don't feel people are being real and saying the real truth. No, because they hold things and then they use it against you later on. I don't feel part of this sangha. I just want to be by myself. I don't feel part of the sangha because I have programs that I know I have, and they don't go. They don't get any less. They don't bloody change. Krishna doesn't take them away. Why isn't he taking things away that don't serve me anymore? Why does he keep them around? They don't serve me. And I want to fucking scream and shout like a child. You know, we all have to be grown up here. Well, I do my best to be grown up here. And listen to you every day. You know, I can't do anymore. And you just think it's all funny.
No, I think you're right.
You just think it's all funny. You might as well kick both of me and Karuna out of the sangha. I don't know why you don't.
Kick them all out. Get rid of them all. No, this is great. I think this is really good. You're expressing.
It's great for you. Yeah.
No, well, it's great for you too. I think you need to express yourself. You know, it's important.
Gosh, if I want to express myself like Karuna and see how you bloody devotees like it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's picking stuff up from me that I really want to express underneath, and he's doing it for me. Have you ever
Ooh.
thought of that?
No, I didn't think of that.
You know, maybe you told me before you left here, you be as naughty as you want. They were your words to me.
I said that.
Yes, you said you be naughty.
Sounds
You
like
said
something
that
I
when
would
I
say.
dropped you off you said be naughty. I did be fucking naughty. And then I can't bloody help being naughty.
Yeah.
I want to be naughty like Karuna. So you lot can fuck off. Come and spend a day in my life. You know, and then you get notice like Freddie saying, I just talk about myself all the time. Well, at least I show myself and I don't fucking hide away like a little bloody tortoise which hides in a shell. And I don't care now. I don't care now if nobody is my friend, because I haven't got no friends. I never really have, and I don't care about that anymore. I don't care. No. I'm not running around after people trying to suck up to them to try and be friends with them. No. You know, people tell me to grow up. You lot bloody grow up as well.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. See, Vijatama Das says, "You inspire me, Yamuna." See, this is important. See, Amy says, "No, River, you belong here. We love you." See.
Well, you know what? Like you say, Maharaj, if the Vaidis don't show you, how will you know? If these people don't show me, how will I know that they feel like this? How will I know? You just, there you go. There's my rant.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. You know, your truth. It's important.
It doesn't change anything though, because I've done this many times before.
Well, is it about changing something or just?
Yes. I want to be able to go to other places and maybe get some sun and see different things instead of seeing the same fucking thing every bloody day and doing the same routine every day. I would like to do different things. I would like to come to Mexico to do Harinam with you,
Yeah,
I would like that, but it's not possible for me because it takes a lot of effort just to arrange it and a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just to arrange it.
Hey, you know, it can find some other country maybe. I'll look at, because you know we're down here. There's other countries too. Maybe I could just go to another country. We can go and meet there or something. And yeah, so I'll look into it. It's a possibility. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, there's like Belize is just down the road. You know, it's not very far. Belize.
Depends on the dialysis. It's very expensive in Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. See, Mexico is very expensive. It's like being in America, and more so in many ways. But it doesn't have to be. It's like any, you know, it just depends how you live. Like it's not expensive for me. I don't go out there do what these guys do. The people, they go out and they spend a lot of money on everything. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Anything else you want to share there, River?
No.
Okay. No. All right. So Tom, you want to read, or do you want to read a little bit there, River? You feel like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You read. Thank you.
I love you, River. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Well,
That was
maybe show me by calling me sometimes.
Yeah. That was great to hear you share. I mean, I'm getting you now more. I'm understanding that, you know, that you just want to be yourself and express yourself. You know, there's a lot of pressure over there for you. There's a lot of, it's not easy. I can see that.
It's just not easy after it's easy. It's easy sometimes because I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Majikanda chapter 17, Tom.
Yeah.
What page was you on?
And just the start from the chapter.
From the
The
top.
start.
Start at the top.
Yes,
The
just
boy-
I didn't start yet.
Oh, you didn't. You haven't started yet.
No, 437.
Okay. All glories to your lotus feet, Maharaj. Srila Gaura Haridas. The glories of the devotees. All glory to Lord Gaurasundra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glory to Lord Nityananda, the embodiment of the highest mood of devotional service. In the Madhya Kanda, the narrations of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord are a cascade of nectar that can wash away the contaminations of one's faithfulness. Lord Chaitanya continued his non-stop kirtans, and even then, his abstruse identity remained undisclosed to the common man. When he went about the town, the people were stunned by his exquisite looks. They thought that he may be Cupid. However, some people also thought that his demeanor was arrogant. The atheist, logicians felt that he paid little attention and respect to the scholars holding titles. He walked about in a carefree manner, and when out, he associated mostly with his devotees. The atheists would say to Lord Chaitanya, "Oh Nimai Pandit, as your friend, we advise you to be careful, because the king might summon you to his court any day now. The people do not see you, but hear your night-long kirtans, and this disturbs their sleep. They curse you and send reports against you. And naturally, the king believes the people." Lord Chaitanya replied,
You notice how he didn't pay any respect to the titles of people. You notice that same kind of situation is here. We don't pay any respect to just external titles. The Lord was looking, hey man, are you a real devotee? Do you know the essence of truth? And he wasn't he wasn't taking things on a superficial level, and they thought that was arrogant. That was just truthful. See, he was committed to truth. Truth is no respecter of persons. Yeah, they were all, like, oh, there's Nimai Pandit. He just walks around so carefree and all that. But that's what you get when you have the shelter of the Lord, like he did. You become carefree, free of cares. See, this is the thing. People have cares because they're not in the Lord, and the Lord ain't in him, and his transcendental being is not in them. See, they're in the Maya, and the Maya is in them, always agitating them, always making them restless. It's like true peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding that Jesus was talking about is being in God and God is in you, and living like that as a lifestyle forever. Isn't it amazing? It's a simply wonderful. See? Now that's a sweet meat. Yeah. Go ahead, Devendra.
Lord Chaitanya replied, "Let it be so. Let your words become true. It has been my wish to see the king. I have studied all the scriptures since childhood, yet no one inquires from me on any subject, considering me too young and immature. I do not
Yeah,
usually..."
and that's how they treat the devotees. They're thinking like that. They think like that here. Oh, these guys, well, they don't understand the scriptures. See? And they think we're too young, too immature, too unregulated. You don't have anything to say. It's always the same thing. Yeah. See, because you know why it's always the same thing is because the Lord was there and the Lord is here now inside us. See, same Lord, same moods, same carefree attitudes, same response from others. Because wherever the Lord is, that's where the same, the dynamics go on. Yeah. Go ahead there, River.
I do not usually meet anyone who actually wants to meet me. Therefore, if someone wants to have audience with me, I am indeed pleased. The atheist sarcastically continued. The king is a Muslim. He will not engage himself in a scriptural debate. He will want to just hear your kirtan. The Lord just ignored them and went home. The Lord said to his devotees, "Let us perform kirtan. I feel discontent because I have spoken to an atheist today." The Lord of Vaikuntha Nimai Pandit began to dance, and all his associates danced around him. Suddenly, stopping everything, Lord Chaitanya spoke hastily. "Oh, my dear brothers, today everything I do lacks loving ecstasy. Perhaps because I have spoken to atheists, or maybe I have offended you. In which case, kindly forgive me and resurrect my withering soul."
So you see, atheism, this is why atheists can be like anybody who's against the real spirit of the Lord. That's really true atheism. A lot of people say they're atheists, but they're really not. Because if you're, the way you test them, devotees test the people of the world just by their presence, because God is in them, and a person may say, "I'm an atheist," but they like they like what you say, they believe in what you say, stuff like that. You see, but a person could be an atheist, but they're in, like, say, these groups like ISKCON or somewhere, but they don't believe in this ecstasy. They don't believe in these words, these realizations that come from this ecstatic worship. See, that's the deeper level of atheism that people don't know. They say, "No, we're following God. We follow His rules and everything," but they don't know the transcendental Lord. They don't know the real Lord. That's the mode of goodness thing. Still material. See? The spiritual Lord is Satchidananda. See, this ecstatic Lord. These truthful, essential truths. The deep truths, the revelations. The essence of understanding. Oh, I don't like that. I'm sorry, man. We don't accept that. So that's that's atheism. That's how it's defined on the deeper levels. Jarasandha was like that. He followed the rules and regulations of the Vedas perfectly. Yet he was against Krishna, of the ecstatic Krishna of Vrindavan. He came.
I only
Krishna,
want the pictures.
yeah, he wanted. He was external. He was thinking, "Oh, look at this. He kills Kamsa, his relatives." He was looking at the relative from an external point of view. Kamsa was a hypocrite. See, and Krishna killed that ignorance. See, he took him, dethroned Kamsa, and he was faulted by the Vaidhi mentality. Just like us, here we're dethroning people that are not fit to sit on the altar and take people to Vrindavan. We're dethroning them, and we get faulted. Look at this. Why are you offensive to the leaders? No, we're just taking away. Isn't that what the guru? Isn't the guru supposed to remove the obstacles? Is that true or not? That's an obstacle, yes or no? You think people that are not representing ecstatic devotion and Satchidananda in this world are in touch with the real Krishna, can bring you to the real Krishna? Yes or no? It's a court of law here. Just answer the question. Well, no, yeah, of course not. See, so Krishna, when ecstatic love is preached like it's being preached here, and when Lord Chaitanya, the truth has to come out of the way things actually are. No more shelter of illusions. Sorry, can't do that if you want this bhakti. You can't take shelter of these illusions. You have to take shelter of the real shelter, the real Satchidananda. Where is that going on in this world? And that's the bottom line, man. Where is Satchidananda? Where is this eternal ecstatic Ananda that's very different than any other feelings and expressions of love in this world? Anything, nothing like it at all. Where is that? Because that's where the real Lord is. He's very different like that. He's the most unique personality anywhere. He has the uniquest energy of anything. He has the uniquest feelings of anybody. See? And his devotees do too, because they're like two peas in a pod. See, they've been delivered. They have the darshan of the Lord, the real Lord. They welcome that Lord. So you got to start by welcoming the devotees, man, who bring in Satchidananda in the world. See, they bring in the chit knowledge, this kind of knowledge that you hear here every friggin' day. This essential knowledge, essential ecstasy. And then you think, oh, very good. I welcome it. See, that starts to come in you. See, by association. You get vibed. The vibes get you. Go ahead there, River.
The greatly blessed Advaita Acharya, who was plainly, I don't know that word, grimacing. Grimacing. Yeah. I don't know what that means.
That kind of
face. It's the same in Dutch, grimas.
Yeah.
With this funny face.
Funny face, yeah.
As he danced, said, How will you feel ecstasy, Nada? How will you feel ecstasy? Nada has drained it all from you. Neither Srivas Pandit nor I can achieve this Krishna prema. However, low-class millers and gardeners are relishing the exchange of devotional love with you. Moreover, even Abhadut Nityananda is a recipient of your love, but not Srivas or me. We have been downgraded and made non-eligible for your love.
Ooh, a little transcendental jealousy there. You notice? Because people are starting to get this ecstatic devotion. Like just low class persons and everything, and so Srivas and Dwaita were thinking, hey, these guys are getting it. What about us? They're thinking, what about us? Why are they getting so much? So, because the Lord was doing extraordinary miracles and just giving the low-class persons just faith in the truth, faith in Satchidananda, basically. And they were exhibiting it. It was coming in their bodies. Kind of like here, here you see the devotees. Some do, Lalita and Johan, they're getting all these amazing things. Yeah, and others,
Johan gets more than me.
Yeah, it's like, why are we downgraded, Lalita? We've been downgraded.
Yeah, I don't no, I grant it to him. Really,
We've been downgraded here. What is going on here? See? So it doesn't matter. It's all right. It's at least we got something.
We've got something to desire for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So go ahead there, River.
We have been downgraded and made non-eligible for your love, but this Avadut has come from nowhere and become the in charge of the storehouse of Krishna Prem. Listen to me, my Lord. If you do not give me this Krishna Prem, then I shall draw out from you all the love you possess. Who will blame me for that? I wish I could do that.
Truth comes out.
I want more love, Krishna Prem.
It's your nature.
I feel bad for wanting more. You should be satisfied with what you have, but it's not enough.
Yeah, I know.
Advaita Acharya is always intoxicated with love of Krishna, of Lord Chaitanya. Therefore, he is unmindful of what he says or does. He is most expert at increasing the fame and glory of Krishna's devotees, and he is the property of the Vaishnavas. They can sell and distribute him wherever he wishes. Such is the degree of his surrender to the Vaishnava devotees. Similarly, Advaita's words to Lord Chaitanya are not surprising to hear, for he is a devotee of such stature that he can control, distribute, and sell even Krishna by his loving devotion.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the bottom line is people just need to learn this. This is such a hidden secret that Maya keeps people away from people. And the devotees, they uncover this. They uncover the essence. Oh, just to have faith in devotees who have this ecstatic devotion, because that's how you get it. They are the only distributors. There's nobody else who can distribute it except those who are the recipients of this mercy. No one. That's a real line. You're not in the real line if a person isn't a recipient of this ecstatic mercy of the Lord. You're just worshiping. It's like a show. Oh, yes, I'm worshiping Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, and Radha and Krishna. But you don't know that it's all, to get a relationship with them, it comes through their real relatives, those who are actually have this transcendental ecstatic friendship. Okay?
They miss a
And
chain, yeah.
it's a chain. Otherwise, you can't hook on to the chain, and you're just disconnected. You're like without the link. You can't. You got to link up into this chain, and there's no other way. No other way. No other way. That's why you see people still chant Hare Krishna after 50 years, and still they haven't developed this ecstatic love because they got to meet the devotees. Otherwise, it's just it ends up being just rituals. It ends up being, oh, I'm going to the Sunday feast to meet my friends. It just becomes a habit, and then you do it even less infrequently, unless it's just a social thing. See, so
Oh yeah, we'll do that later.
yeah.
Sorry.
So it all depends on this, on recognizing where this ecstatic love is, because only the devotees can get it from them. That's why you can't go to Bill Gates, or with all his billions of dollars, you can't go to him to get this. Isn't that amazing? I mean, think about it. You can't go to Trump to get this. You can't go to an ISKCON guru to get this unless they have this. And assuredly, most of them don't. I don't think there's even one that does, actually, that I've seen the symptoms. Okay? So you have to go to these exclusive, rare devotees. That's why one of the most valuable things you can do in your life is to come and hear these teachings, because this doesn't misdirect you. Everything in this world is misdirecting you, more or less. Could be directing you from mode of passion to goodness. See? Or maybe from goodness to passion and ignorance, or to some other path. See, but it's all more or less misdirection within the modes of nature. This path here in our temple, our temple here this Sadhu Sangha program is directing everybody to the essence of where the goal is, where the door is, how to go in the door, what is the nature of the door, what is the nature of a bona fide spiritual master, what is the nature of an associate, how important they are. What are their qualities? What are their qualifications? What is the quality of this love? All of these essential subject matters. See, we only go into essence. All the fluff is out. We just move the fluff away and just get to the essence, so that people can quickly attain this. This is part of the attaining this, is getting clear on what it is, where it is, what is the process. See, and we have it. It's all in the books. He just said right there, it's the devotees who you get it from them and only them. Go ahead there, River.
Right now. One moment, Maharaj.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Lord Chaitanya arranges so many ways for his devotees to advance in spiritual life. Who can understand? Yeah. Who can understand his mercy and ways of chastising? The Lord felt empty within, devoid of Krishna prema, and Advaita Acharya clapped his hands.
That's another thing you start to experience is when you feel like devoid of Krishna prema, you feel like it's like you're like hollowed. You've been hollowed out by this prema. This prema is your life now. See, and then you feel like a hollow tube without it. You know, this is what Jesus said: if you depart from me, you become like a branch outstretched with no life. Because once you make contact with the spiritual potency through the devotee, which they are actually, and you start to be hollowed out, you know, start getting this spiritual taste. That's your life now. No more of the modes. They don't get you off like it does people. They're all restless in the modes in the world, and they feel tasting this mode and that mode. It's all these tastes, very limited, but it's all external sense enjoyment. So they're going. That's their motive in life. Here, you make contact with the devotee, and you're on your way out now by being hollowed out by this taste, this purifying. See, to the point, and only ecstatic devotion now is your life. It is your food. These mellows, you become like the liberated devotees. There's no other way than going this way. The devotee themselves is the teacher, the teaching, and the energy. Everything is in that. It's encapsulated in the form of the spiritual master and the associates. They carry the Lord into this world, and they carry you out of this world in that way. You know, you're carried in and you're carried out. Go ahead there, River.
The Lord felt empty within, devoid of Krishna prema, and Advaita Acharya clapped his hands and danced. Lord Vishvambhara heard the words of Advaita Acharya, but did not reply. Right then, he left the house, closing the door behind him. Nityananda and Haridas Thakur hurried after him. The Lord was brooding, considering himself devoid of Krishna prema, and thereby the maintenance of his body. He thought useless. Accordingly, he plunged into the waters of the Ganga. Nityananda and Haridas Thakur almost simultaneously jumped into the water. Swimming swiftly, Nityananda caught the Lord by his hair, and Haridas firmly gripped his feet. They brought Vishwambhara to the safety of the riverbank. The Lord inquired of them, "Why did you capture me? What is the necessity of prolonging this lifeless soul who has no love of Krishna? You have committed a mistake." Both Nityananda and Haridas were shaken in fearful anticipation of what might occur next. Gaurachandra, looking at Nityananda, said, Why did you catch me by my hair?" Nityananda replied, "Why were you trying to finish yourself?" Lord Chaitanya said, "I know you were always engrossed in love of Krishna." Nityananda replied, "O Lord, please forgive everything. The person who nearly perished is the person for whom you are trying to sacrifice your life. Your devotees have spoken to you harshly out of loving insolence, and on these grounds you must leave us. You who art the most precious life of your servitors." Always relishing Lord Chaitanya's love, Nityananda spoke with an endearing voice, full of affection and love. Tears filled his eyes, for Chaitanya means everything to Nityananda. The Lord said, "Listen carefully, Nityananda and Haridas. Do not disclose to anyone that you have seen me. If anyone inquires, tell them you know nothing of my whereabouts. I will remain here in hiding. If you do not follow what I say, then I am not responsible for the consequences." The Lord then went to Nandana Acharya's house. Being bound by the Lord's order, Nityananda and Haridas did not reveal any of these facts to anyone. The devotees entered a state of painful shock and took shelter in Lord Krishna. When they did not receive any news of the Lord, the devotees entered a state of painful shock and took shelter in Lord Krishna. When they did not receive any news of the Lord, they were torn apart by separation from their Lord. Their hearts and minds were burning up. The devotees felt thunderstruck, especially Advaita Acharya, who was ravaged by a tremendous sense of guilt. Feeling intense separation from the Lord, he went home and began to fast, not hearing his own name. The other devotees also went back to their homes, their hours darkened up by deep sorrow, but ensconced, I don't know that word, ensconced. Within their hearts was their only treasure, scorched. Within their hearts was their only treasure, the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord entered Nandana Acharya's house and sat on the throne of Sri Vishnu. Nandana Acharya felt that his house was now most blessed by the Lord's presence. He fell flat on the ground to offer obeisances to the Lord. He immediately bought fresh new clothes to the Lord, and Lord Chaitanya changed out of his wet clothes into the new ones. Nandana Acharya then decorated the Lord with the flower garland of the deities, sandalwood paste, scented oils, and bought him chewing betel leaf in camphor. The Lord enjoyed these offerings made by his pure devotees in loving surrender and forgot his aching heart. The Lord said, "O Nandana Acharya, kindly hear me. I want you to hide me here." Nandana replied, "My dear Lord, that is almost an impossible task. Where in this entire creation can you hide? You could not remain hiding within the hearts of the living entities, but were made to appear in person by your pure devotees. No one who could not successfully hide, lying in the middle of the vast milk ocean. How can he hide in the middle of this congested human inhabitation?" Lord Chaitanya smiled, appreciating Nandana Acharya's words, and passed the night in his house. Nandana was indeed very pious and fortunate. He conversed with the Lord the whole night long with the greatest of pleasure. Divining topics of Lord Krishna. Divining topics of Lord Krishna and his pastimes. As if in a short moment, the night was gone, and as the Lord looked out, he saw the first faint light peeping through. At first, the Lord in his mind was chastising Advaita Acharya, but later he felt very compassionate towards him. Lord Chaitanya instructed Nandana Acharya Bring Srivas Pandit here alone. And then I left immediately for Srivas Pandit's house and brought him to the Lord's presence. Srivas Pandit broke down in tears of love as soon as he saw Lord Chaitanya. The Lord spoke to him ever so kindly. Do not worry anymore. Now tell me how. How are the other devotees, and in particular, Advaita Acharya? Tom, do you want to read? Because I took your place. Yeah, you read. I'm at the top of page 441.
Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srivas Pandit described the critical condition of the devotees and said, there is more news. Advaita Acharya is fasting since yesterday and is somehow still alive. Only his body remains. He is exceedingly afflicted. Be merciful to him, my Lord, and appear before him in person. If this concerns someone other than Advaita, I would not feel responsible. Whoa. Something happens to me when I read this sentence. If this concerns someone other than Advaita, I would not feel responsible. But I know that you mean everything to him. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Well, there is more news, Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is fasting since yesterday and is somehow still alive. Only his body remains. He is exceedingly afflicted. Be merciful to him, my Lord, and appear before him in person. If this concerns someone other than Advaita, I would not feel responsible. But I know that you mean everything to him. It's because I don't understand this sentence and I don't get it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Say it
If this concerned, yeah. If this concerned someone other than Advaita, I would not feel responsible. But I know what you mean, that you mean everything to him. Okay.
He's his close associate, so he's really concerned about him.
Yeah, and then I would not feel responsible. Why is it said I would not feel responsible? If this concerns somehow other than Advaita, I would not feel responsible.
I wouldn't be that concerned.
Okay. I can just go on. Without you, my Lord, our lives are dark and gloomy. That is the reason why we are suffering such excruciating pain in separation. Yeah. Sri Gauridas was talking about being hollowed out and stretching out as a branch stretched out with no life. Without you, my Lord, our lives are dark and gloomy. That is the reason why we are suffering such excruciating pain in separation. Your leaving us is more than enough of a harsh chastisement. I just looked up the word chastise. It means purification, purify. your leaving us is more than enough of a harsh chastisement. So now kindly return and give us your mercy. Hearing Srivasa's words, Chaitanya felt supremely compassionate and left to see Advaita. Upon arriving, the Lord saw Advaita in a state of most abysmal gloom, thinking himself the worst offender. Advaita felt he had become overly proud. Oh, come on. I don't know how to stop this. Sorry. Hare Krishna. Hearing Srivasa's words, Chaitanya felt supremely compassionate and left to see Advaita. Upon arriving, the Lord saw Advaita in a state of most abysmal gloom, thinking himself the worst offender. Advaita felt he had become overly proud by receiving the Lord's special grace. Oh yes. Now he was shaking all over his body from this punishment by Lord Chaitanya. Wow.
That happens too. You know, devotees, they get so much grace, they get a little bit of proud of it too. The gopis also. It just happens. It comes with the territory. The Lord, sometimes he'll disappear, and you wonder, where did he go? You know, and that's chastisement. He just disappears. He always comes back. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's enough for now. We've been here 3 hours. That's good. Take a little break. Put the deity to rest for a little bit. Thank you for coming there, Juggle Krishna and Shamaguri and Bhakti Tom and Vijatma Das. And see, you got a lot of friends here. Ivo says, River, I love you, River, and Karuna. And then, let's see, Daphne says, oh, I pray I someday can be vocal about what matters to me like you are. See? Set the example. See, you got to be yourself, everybody. You know? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, thank you for coming, everybody, and we'll be back. Keep coming, you know, keep cultivating this. This is a cultivation of bhakti, you know, and the Lord will start resurrecting and growing in you more and more and more. That's what it's about. You know, you see this, everybody's on this path here. The Lord's just growing up. Thanks, River. I'm glad you shared what you did.